Based on my observation, there is the greatest enemy for President William Ruto starting now till 2027 that is dealing with day and night. And the greatest enemy I'm going to show you here on this particular video. First of all, how do we determine the enemy of President William Ruto? Let's go back to the protest that occurred on 25th June 2024. That was a game changer to this country. It changed it was a turning point to every person. Ruto, who felt to be very all-powerful president, for the first time was shaken seriously to an extent that he had to reach out to Raila Amolo Odinga to help him. He felt that he was threatened to an extent we had what we call the army coming to the streets of the Republic of Kenya, the streets of Nairobi. William Ruto did not expect Kenyans to occupy parliament buildings. William Ruto was threatened that the youths were heading to State House. William Ruto was stopped from giving the tender to the Adani people, that one with the JKI tender. In a nutshell, that time, it was when people realized that William Ruto is also afraid at some point. He pretended in all ways to be strong, but we all know that the youths of this country, they awoke some spirit that can never be forgotten. People are ready to die to face the bullet, but take out the finance bill 2024. Something that William Ruto never expected. I'm sure with his team, they sat down and asked themselves, what is the strength of this guy? What is the strength of these youths? And I'm sure from that strength of the youths, they noticed that that is the greatest enemy that they have. And in this case, I can authoritatively state it here that the strength of the youths and the greatest enemy of President William Ruto in his regime between now and 2027, it is the social media. Social media is the greatest enemy of President William Ruto. And on this particular video, I want to take you through on why social media is the greatest enemy of President William Ruto. But before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, take a second or two to subscribe, like, and comment. Also, for those who are watching my videos for the first time, thank you so much. For those who want to support my channel, my number is always here and is open. For those who want to talk to me and advise me or even educate me further about politics, feel free to do so through the same number. Let me give you 2 seconds to subscribe before I proceed. Thank you so much for subscribing. Now, let me take you straight away to the reasons I feel strongly that social media is the greatest enemy of President William Ruto as we speak today. First of all, social media mean the social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, X, popularly known as Twitter, and also, I cannot forget places like Instagram, and also WhatsApp. Now, as we speak today, those platforms are the ones who form social media platforms. And they are the greatest enemy to President William Ruto. Reason number one, it's the connectivity that they offer to the young men and women in this country. The connectivity was highly used in 2024, June 25th, to bring the youths together, inform them, and mobilize them to go to the streets and face President William Ruto. There's no mobilization that has ever occurred like that one, where money was not used, but people came out to the streets on one agenda: reject the finance bill 2024. That happened. And indeed, we saw how William Ruto got tensed. We saw the impact of the demonstrations in the country. We saw the spirit that occurred amongst the youths and even spread across other generations. We saw even how the churches woke up because of the finance bill 2024. We saw how some leaders changed their thinking because of the finance bill 2024. So therefore, William Ruto knows very well that the connectivity within the social media platform amongst the youths is dangerous. Number two is information. Through social media, youths are able to inform themselves, first of all. After informing themselves, they're able to consume the data, the information, and be able to use it effectively. And after having this information, because the information is all over, they're able to take information from the past, bring and compare to the present one, and be able to make a very nice conclusion. That's why they could be able to connect William Ruto's moves here and there. They're able to tell William Ruto has hired a private jet from the UAE, use the jet to the United States of America and back. Be able to calculate the amount of money that jet was costing, all the way to the US, back, and then back to its country where it was gotten from. And they were able to come up with the calculation and find that the entire cost was about 200 million Kenya shillings. It was really serious, and it was shameful. Ladies and gentlemen, through this information in social media, therefore youths are able to expose President William Ruto. They're able to expose what the government is doing. They're able to expose the wrong things that are happening. They're able to expose more other bad things that are happening within the government, therefore threatening William Ruto's autonomy to do whatever that he wants at any point. So therefore, one of the things that makes William Ruto to fear social media is the fact that it is informative and it exposes a lot. Number 3 is because of social media youth participation. In the entire country, we have millions of youths who are on social media. In whichever way, either on WhatsApp, TikTok, youths are so many. And these youths are very active. Having so many youths on board, it becomes a threat, because once information is posted, it reaches so many people across. So the numbers that the social media platforms are controlling, and the participation of the youths that is very serious, very vigorous. Youths seriously participate in social media, posting, texting, engaging, criticizing. It keeps William Ruto tensed. Always. So therefore, he does not want this participation. Therefore, make William Ruto seriously tensed. William Ruto wants to deal with the older generations, people who are not informed, people who don't know, who just see social media that houses have been posted and William Ruto has built. They don't question. But the youths dig deep and understand what is happening in various parts of the country, including those things that William Ruto is doing. So therefore, because of the youth participation, social media is a great enemy to President William Ruto. Lastly, the effectiveness of social media. So from the protests that occurred on 25th June 2024, in that month, general of June, it's a serious indication that William Ruto knows that social media is very effective on planning and execution of any agenda of the youths in this country. So he knows, even if it's the campaigns, they can be able to campaign seriously and take William Ruto home in 2027. They can be able to observe even how voting is taking place across the country. They're able to get results from all over the country. That makes it so easy for the youth of this country to be able to stand against President William Ruto. That makes the social media platform an enemy of William Ruto at all costs. And that is why the government is determined to seriously curtail the operations of social media in the country in all ways. Although as youth we are going to stand against it, but we know they are determined to ensure that the social media is seriously stopped from being free the way it has been. I don't know what's your take as far as my analysis is concerned, but in the comment section, share with me please. See you next time for more videos. My name is Abel Mukwa.